Yo, what's up? What's good, what's good, everybody? What's good? First time I've done one of these in a while. It's been way too long. Got two hot topics for you. The latest Flograppling rankings, my bad, and what to do with spazzy teammates. I can't stand spazzy people, especially the more I get into the game and the higher stakes, because I get paid to do jiu-jitsu and I can't be getting injured. Like, that's my biggest fear right now, is getting hurt. I recently messed up my knee a little and I kind of lucked out. But yeah, getting injured is the worst thing that you could do if you're a professional. Because if you can't fight or train or teach, chances are you're not making any money. So the spazzy teammates have got to go. So I'm going to give everybody a couple more minutes to hop on, and I'm going to talk about what I think about these rankings and what I think about rankings in general in grappling. So I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes. Yeah, getting injured sucks. I've had some really serious fucking injuries. Like, really serious injuries, like life-threatening. So, and that's from a freak accident. Some things are just unavoidable, yes. But being a spaz is fucked up. And chances are you're a spaz. You have to know that you're the spazzy guy in the room. If every time you go to practice and someone gets hurt and you're the main one, like you're involved in the pair, chances are it's you. Alright, it's been 2 minutes. I'm not really sure if it has been, but screw it. First, I'm going to go over these rankings. I am ranked number 2 at 100 kilograms, which is pretty dope, especially considering that I'm not really 100 kilograms at all. I'm 99 kilograms. What am I talking about? But I'm a little dude. So I'm almost at middle heavyweight right now. I'm walking around in the low 2s. Very close to my walk-around weight. My ideal walk-around weight. And that's nowhere near 100 kilograms. My goal is to walk around 195, which is pretty cool. I like being close on weight. But I digress. 100 kilograms, I'm ranked number 2. Behind Rafael Lovato, which it's good company to have. I'm getting in a point where my idols at one point have become my rivals. It's fantastic. And I'm in good company. I still think I should be number 1. I don't think if you only have 2 matches all year in jiu-jitsu that you should be ranked number 1 in anybody's rankings. I don't care. Especially if the fight with the guy at number 2 was almost exactly a year ago. Like, that was February when I fought him. So I should definitely be number 1. But, it's still rankings. And I was pleasantly surprised when I found out I was ranked number 9. That's number 9 pound for pound. And that really got me hyped. Because at the beginning of 2019, I wasn't training full-time at all. I wasn't doing shit. If you had told me in January 2018, that I would be in the top 10 in any rankings, let alone pound for pound, I would have said you're fucking nuts. And that I got work in the morning, so I can't really hear that crap. But now, I'm ranked number 9. And my goal is, this time next year, I'll be ranked number 1 in all 4 of the rankings. So if you don't know, Flo does gi and no gi, and they do weight class, and then they do pound for pound. And my goal is to be number 1 in all 4, because I do both. And the journey the journey has already started. The journey's been begun since, I think, ADCC last year, or 2017, but the goal is number 1 in all of them. But what I think about the rankings is that I disagree with me not being number 1. I'm on a 16-fight win streak right now, and I took the number 2 guy pound for pound the distance and I think I won that match with Yuri. My goal is to have that rematch with Yuri. If it's not a fight to win or a big money super match, super fight, I want the rematch at 80cc. Potentially the finals. I think that's going to be the final. I'm going to put that out into the universe. And I want a rematch with Rafael Lovato. He's not doing anything right now because Gegard Mousasi's injured. So I want that grappling rematch. I am way better now than I was when me and Lovato first fought. Don't get me wrong, he's a legend. He's really good. But I think the match will be extremely different. Extremely different. So that's my thoughts on the rankings. What do you guys think about rankings? Do you think they're silly? Do you think they're entertaining to look at? Do you think they should hold any kind of influence? And do you think that pound for pound rankings are dumb? Because a lot of people are against pound for pound rankings. I quite frankly love pound for pound rankings because I think we can all compare certain guys to certain weight classes. They've been doing that in jiu-jitsu for a while. When I was getting more into the game, they said that Michael Lange was the best pound for pound, and I agreed at the time. Master Lloyd says rankings don't mean shit. Wow. Yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they don't. It's just fun to look at, and it's nice to debate. I think the debate is what makes it interesting. And, whatever can make a story in jiu-jitsu and, get people talking, I'm all for it. Number 2 ranked, yeah. But in my opinion, for me personally, I like the rankings because it can help promote yourself. But in my mind, that shit is old news. These are rankings from work I already did. You can't get new results with old work. So what I look at it as an opportunity that anyone's ranked above me or anyone that's being talked about, I look at it as an opportunity like it's a hit list. I'm not competitive. So whenever I look at Flograppling or one of these publications, it's a hit list to me. It's just a list of potential victims. And this year, I'm going after all the media darlings. I'm looking for fights with the biggest names. And every day I train, everything I do is so that I can prepare to cut their heads off. Because I want the fame, and I want to win so I get the clout, legitimate clout. Not like the shit where I talk shit to other guys online, but I want legitimate clout in the game where people respect me. And the only way to do that is to win the big money tournaments. By big money, I mean the tradition, like the Pans, the Worlds, gi or no gi, ADCC, and to take out guys that are legit with credentials. Master Lloyd says all of our world champions weren't ranked or even suspected to win, but we still got those world titles. I agree. Who does the rankings anyway? The publications, the media, so Flograppling would. Every world title Tim Spriggs won was never supposed to win. Yeah, I never get a lot of credit. Here's this tricky part about the media. If you're not popular, you're not going to get the media attention, and when it comes to the predictions, they're not going to put your name out there. There's a lot of guys that are historically great that in the media they don't get the attention, and you're not going to hear about them. Ryan Hall was a really big name in jiu-jitsu before he started doing MMA, but he was never the best guy in the world ever. Some guys are just famous, but they suck. Phil says, I think it could help you sell seminars. I totally agree. That's the only reason why I'm interested in rankings and media attention, because most of these rankings and shit are from people that aren't serious. They have opinions, they're members of the media, but they're not our peers. And now people talk about KD being sensitive, on all these NBA or NFL players being sensitive, but now as I'm growing in the sport, it's kind of fucked up for me to have to hear criticism from people that never done shit, and that pisses me off to no end. I really shouldn't, but when I hear certain opinions from people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, it kind of throws me off. KD is listen, I don't want to hear any KD slander, okay? See, this is what I'm talking about. You say fuck KD, but KD is one of the best basketball players of his era, maybe, well, definitely all time, because this is probably the best era for basketball. So you saying he's a hoe ass? Why is KD a hoe? Because he wants to go and play for a championship team, and he's a free agent. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's sensitive, but I mean, not that sensitive. He's not losing sleep. I bet the guys that talk shit and pay money to see him play and talk shit to him, they lose sleep over KD. KD don't give a fuck. Well, look at Yuri. The dude has won ADCC twice in 2 different weight classes, but he gets no coverage. And jerk off Gordon because he talks. But Gordon's really good, and Gordon beat him. I see what you're saying. Before he had won shit, he was getting way too much media attention. But he won. He's the man now. Besides me, of course. I think it gives some kind of accessibility to the sport. There are rankings in every sport, so it's good. It's a good effort to make the sport more mainstream, gives people an indication of what's up. Now, you're just saying KD's the best because he's from Maryland. No, I said he's one of the best. The best player right now is James Harden. He went to the team that beat him the year before. Yeah, but that's just how it is in sports. See, I want y'all to keep this same KD energy that you have for all these guys that train with the team their whole career, and then they join a big team so they don't have to fight other guys in their division that are potential rivals of theirs. Every Flow article is either Dylan, AJ, and Gordon. Absolutely, Gordon is good. Maybe he's the worst example to use. AJ and Dylan would be a better example. Fair enough. Greek Freak or Embiid. Embiid is dope. All Greek Freak does is dunk. How do I think I will do against Gordon? I think I finish him. I know I finish him. I finish everybody. This is not even my final form. I'm not even at Super Saiyan yet. This is ridiculous. So I'm about to fuck these rankings up. It's my year. So any other opinions about rankings before I go into how you deal with spazzy teammates? The bane of everyone's existence. I agree they close out brackets so now they can promote themselves both as world champions. If you train with each other all the time, I don't think you should have to fight with each other. That's my opinion. I'm not fighting my teammate that knows all my other moves and I don't know all theirs. I'm not doing it. We beat the shit out of each other in practice every day. And the people that are all up in arms about that don't know what it's like getting to that level. However, the problem with that is there are teams with 3 to 4 guys in every fucking division. And I know they don't train with each other every day. What these teams do is they'll have these camps and then they'll bring all their top dogs and they'll train with each other for about 4 to 6 weeks. But they don't train with each other all year round. No. And they're not true teammates. But I may be biased because I come from a team that's fairly small and doesn't really recruit. I mean, we, in a good day in practice, Like today was great. The mat was full, but usually the mat isn't even full. Sometimes these big gyms, you have to roll in shifts, you know, and you definitely have to give the right of way. So yeah, I think that rankings are cool. They're a good way to promote myself and for guys to promote themselves. But at the end of the day, they're bullshit, and they're written by guys that aren't. I mean, it's not from the elite. It's not like a player's vote. It's not like all the black belts vote on it. It's just guys with an opinion that are journalists. You got a small team, but some of the best. I think we have 3 of the best grapplers pound for pound in the world on the team. I train with, in my opinion, pound for pound, the 2 best grapplers in the world every day. On a good day, I'm probably number 3 top guy in the room on a good day. But I think Jamil and Muhammad are 2 of the best. We got the best pure athlete this game has ever seen. Very, very, he likes to experiment. He's very good at it in Muhammad. Arguably the best guard passer. And then you have the best guard I've ever seen. And I've watched jiu-jitsu since the age of 16. I'm a historian, and I think Jamel is the best guard I've ever seen. And he's tough as fuck, and he can beat us all up. And I train with these guys every day. So thank you very much, Phil. I agree. Now, spazzy teammates. Everyone has a spazzy teammate. The first thing that you need to do to deal with a spazzy teammate is that the gym you're at has to lay down ground rules. And you guys have to set a tone. You have to let your teammate know if they're a spaz. And you got to start from the beginning, okay? At Crazy 88, what we used to do was we had this crew of people we called Murder Inc. And we didn't whisper behind their back. They knew. They knew they were Murder Inc. And by Murder Inc., I mean they were crazy. And if you roll with them, chances are they were going to injure you or themselves or both of y'all. I was a spaz. I'm not going to shoot myself too much bail. I was 16 and gangly and going through growth spurts. You know, puberty, people. You know, I had no body control. And I had to learn. And eventually I became safe. However, we still let everyone know that they're dangerous. So if you have a teammate that is dangerous, you need to tell them and say, hey, it's no offense. I'll still roll with you. But you're fighting me like it's the finals of Black Belt Worlds. Or quite frankly, you're swinging and moving your body around like a newborn baby deer. Chill the fuck out. And I mean this in the nicest way possible. That's what you got to do. So first, knowing it's half the battle, and then telling your teammate that they're spazzy. Another thing that you can do is have an enforcer in the room. There's always an enforcer. A good gym always has an enforcer. What is an enforcer? Your enforcer is your hammer. If you have a guy that goes too hard on people, especially the ladies in the room, you need an enforcer. And what we had as an enforcer at Crazy 88 back in the day was John Del Bruges. He was our enforcer. If you don't know who John Del Bruges is, he is a wild man, or was a wild man. He was this guy that used to be a college football player, and then he decided, hey, I want to do jiu-jitsu and MMA. And this guy was jacked, and he was all for the team, and he was our pit bull. If you were wilding out, if you were a new guy, and side note, if you're the new guy coming to a good gym, everyone's coming there to fuck you up. You know, I mean, it's no offense, but people are going to go there to fuck you up. Or you come from a different school, like, not try to injure you, but the enforcer is there to lay the hammer down, to let them know that we're not pussies at this gym, whatever gym you attend. Now, he was an enforcer. If you were a crazy guy, we would send our guy, John Del Bruges, on you, and he would treat you right. He'd set you right. And as anybody would know, if you get beat up, there's difference between getting like, you know, technically beat up, and then there's like you're getting technically beat up and then you're getting mushed. And not like this kind of mush, but I mean like you're just getting washed and you know you did something wrong. Like, thumbs up if you ever got fucked up in practice and like you just felt or you understood or you knew that you fucked up and they were fucking you up for a reason. Not like you were getting promoted, but you fucked up. Yeah, you know it. So that's what you need. You need an enforcer to set the roughneck, the wild, spazzy guy right. Now, one of my dear friends in this chat, they asked me, what do I do with people that stick their elbows in your thighs, like one of those go hards? What I do is when I get into the close guard is I'll grab for the elbows and I'll pull their elbows in towards my body and pull my knee to my chest to break their posture. Or I try to wrist lock them. It's hard to describe in this video, so I'll probably make an instructional video, like a little short one on YouTube, about how to break their wrist when they do that. Master Donnie says Enforcer. He was just as bad as the lower belt spaz, except he was super good. Nah, John No Bruce was not a spaz. He was gentle. He was gentle. I mean, I had to be careful because he was strong as fuck and I was weak as fuck at the time. But he wasn't a spaz. Legend has it that he tapped a blue belt with an Americana from the top of that blue belt's close guard on his first day. It's not a rumor because I remember when it happened, and it's not a legend. It actually happened. I'm just not going to put that guy's name out there because he still trains. Yeah, you need an enforcer. You need to let them know. And little cheap shit, man. Some of you are not at the level where you can make people pay. He is not gentle. I mean, Vanessa, you just need to stop being soft. You're softer than baby thighs, okay? You should not be the judge of who's gentle and who's not gentle, all right? All right? Anyway, I'm good enough now where if someone's a spaz, I'm going to smother them. If you're good enough and you're going with the lower belt, that is a spazzy spaz, you got to smother them and just put your weight down and just smash. Smash, 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 so you don't get hurt. Just blow them out of the water. Not being explosive, just try to suffocate them with pressure and pace. Because the crazy motherfucker is going to get themselves tired. Chances are if you're wrestling a spaz, the spaz sucks and they're not that good. Because if you're that good at jiu-jitsu, you don't have to spaz. And a spaz will always tire themselves out. My favorite position to put a spaz in, knee on belly. Okay? You're putting your weight down on them. You're making it hard for them to breathe. And they're going to keep squirming and squirming until either they work themselves up and just know that they're done, or they just, make themselves tired until they pass out or they gas out. I'm not sensitive. I watched John kick many people in the face. He used to throw kicks. Del Bruce is a legend amongst legends. Yeah, Griffin, watch your damn mouth. Watch your mouth. But yes, he was our hammer. Or you can just have a upper belt that just controls the room and just sets them right. I guess it's the same as telling them, but Ryan Murphy is really good at giving stern speeches to the class. The other day, they had like 50 new people. Not really 50 new people, but there's a shitload of New Year's resolution guys in the room. And he did this long speech, it felt like forever, where he was talking about how you have to be careful. We're not trying to get injured. This is a laboratory, not a coliseum. You gotta set the tone with that way too. It all starts from the beginning. Big pet peeve though, what lower belts, and I'm gonna say this over and over again. If you are a lower belt and there are higher belts around you, get the hell out of the way. If you are the same belt as another pair, but you're a mighty might, you're a rooster weight, you're 120 pounds soaking wet or whatever, you give the bigger pair, the bigger belts, the bigger guy, the right of way. Your little ass is going to get crushed. Move out of the way. If you're doing takedowns, if you're at takedown school, this is paramount. Mat awareness. Mat awareness. Know not just where you are in the mat at that moment, but when you're doing techniques, where you will fall. One day in wrestling, we took out like 3 people's knees at Crazy 88 because people didn't follow mat awareness. You got to know where you're going. That's a big part of martial arts, by the way, too. Knowing where you are. Situational awareness. Just regular street smarts. If I'm at a party and I don't know who anybody, I'm not going to talk shit about people. It's the same principle. Know where you are. Know where you are in the room. If you're by the concrete or you're wrestling and there's like bleachers or there's a stool, circle to the middle of the mat. You don't want to get $1 Million babied. Muhammad almost killed Roya this morning. Yes, he did. However, Muhammad and Chad are about 700 pounds combined. I know my limitations. If I'm anywhere near that role, I'm going to move out of the way. That's one of those like hoss matches, like 2 giant guys in a room. You got to move out of the way. When I see big dudes like Muhammad and Chad wrestle each other, I say, where is the zookeeper? Where's the zookeeper? And if anyone understands that reference to that video, please give me a thumbs up. But I say, where is the zookeeper? These are giant men. Like, after a certain weight, it's like 2 wild animals fighting. Like, if Willie came back to practice one day, and this guy, Willie Leonard, who, like, when he's in shape is 300 pounds, but, like, walking around, he could probably be anywhere from, like, 325, 350. And then you got this guy, Brandon, Suplex City. If they're wrestling, I'm going to the other side of the room. Or I'm going to the back room with the Muay Thai people. Because if they fall on me, they could be their fault, yes. But I'm still in the hospital. So, I'm moving the hell out of the way. And I'm an upper belt. Aren't you one of the guys who landed on that poor out-of-towner's head with Muhammad? That wasn't my fault, man. That wasn't my fault. I was wrestling Muhammad. I'm a little guy now. I'm sub 200 pounds, damn near. Like, I'm a little guy. So, I'm wrestling somebody who's 230, 240. It's not my fault. He could have just pushed me out of the way somewhere else, but no. Sometimes that happens, yes. But that's about mat awareness, And we need, and everyone needs an air traffic controller. If you're the odd man out, if you're the odd person out, and, you're sitting on the sidelines, you got to be air traffic control so no one gets hurt. Another tip before I go, or I answer questions. Never, when you're sitting around the mat or when there's people rolling or drilling, like, do the thing where you sit and then you have your hand fully extended behind your back like this, just leaning back. Sit Indian style or like samurai style without having your hand on the mat locked out, because someone can and will fall on your arm and snap your arm in half. Malachi jumped out of the way. Malachi has a bad air traffic control. He didn't even say, hey, watch out. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say anything. Malachi Edmond is a terrible air traffic control. Terrible. Any questions before I go? Jiu-jitsu related or not? Anyone have any spaz stories? Does anyone have pet peeves of spazzes that they have to deal with? Let me know. Let me know. I'm giving you guys 2 minutes before I go to sleep. I'm sick right now. I'm so sick. I gotta buy a new freaking windshield. I hate driving 495. These trucks, they don't cover their stuff. A rock hit my shit, and now I gotta buy a new windshield tomorrow. Journal or nah? Of course. You gotta write down, you gotta take notes. For all my college people out there, when you went to college, if you paid for it at least, you took notes, right? Of course you did. So if you're doing a sport that you're paying to do and can lead to bodily harm, I would suggest that you take notes. That's just mine. This is my 2 cents. Any thoughts on match versus fight debate? Here's my thought, okay? If we're going to start talking about fights, what does this nope mean? Nope, you didn't take notes? Shit, you're smart. You didn't take notes in school? Fucking Einstein over here. Congratulations, though. Congratulations. You're a genius. You didn't have to take notes. Match or fight, okay? I think the whole match versus fight thing is a big... is like a way for people to big dog people or belittle other people's sport. I think it's a fight. It's 2 guys that train year-round to cause physical harm and damage to each other. It's dangerous. And I think it's a fight. Grappling, judo, wrestling, it's all a fight. It's all martial arts. If you were to do these moves or do these sports to people that weren't trained, you would kill them. If you blast doubled somebody, if you hip toss somebody, if you rear naked choke, if you punch or kick somebody, any of these moves can kill or maim someone. Doesn't matter what rule set it is. If you're world class in a combat sport, you're a bad motherfucker. So I consider it a fight. From my observation, most of the people that talk about jiu-jitsu or grappling not being a fight are guys that aren't really good at whatever sport they do. To be quite frank, mostly shitty MMA fighters are the main ones that say jiu-jitsu isn't a fight, wrestling isn't a fight. You know, they're just trying to big it up, but they couldn't do shit themselves. And here's the funny part about jiu-jitsu and wrestling and whatnot. All these strikers talk about it's not a fight, but as we've seen, grapplers can beat the hell out of strikers. You know? There's plenty of world-class jiu-jitsu guys that, out the box, could beat up all the mid to low-tier MMA fighters. So please miss me with this whole jiu-jitsu's not a fight shit, okay? Because if I throw somebody on their head, it's a fight. I've given people concussions with jiu-jitsu moves, with throws, or, you know, you're putting people to sleep. It's combat. Can you talk about how your game changes from gi to no gi? The only difference is the grips. Right now, the only difference is what throws I can do, what takedowns I can do, what submissions I can do. But nothing else really changes. I just adapted a little bit. Pulling guard is way easier in gi, though. But basically nothing's changed. It's still takedowns, guard passing, sweeping, just super aggressive. Khabib. Yes, Khabib's a prime example. Mofos think because we don't throw hands that it isn't a fight, but I disagree. I disagree too. Because unless you're doing... It's a slippery slope. Because I could say that MMA is a fight, but then someone can say, well, in a real fight, there's no rules. There's no gloves. There's no cage. There's no ref. Then they could say in a real fight, there's knives and other people. In a real fight, I'm like, God damn. Just give it a rest. It's combat sports. It's a fight. I think football is a team combat sport. Side note. That's my theory. I think football is a team combat sport because that shit is dangerous as fuck. I think combat sports and football, you should not be allowed to do PEDs. But that's going to be on the next episode of the podcast. We're going to talk about that. Cave Canum BJJ says, I'm not changing my IG name. Brandon, change your damn IG name, man. Nobody knows what that means. No one here speaks Latin. Cavi Canum, Casey Canum, whatever the hell your name is on Instagram. Brandon, change your name. I'm telling you, the little cute, unique Instagram names are for women, dude. Okay? You're a man. You're a grown-ass man. Get a real Instagram name so people know who the hell you are. Because I'm trying to tell people, yeah, you know, the big blue belt, the suplexes people, and they're like, "What's his IG name?" And I'm like, Cavi, Cave, Canum, um, uh, he's tagged in something, and then you're not getting no followers, bro. I'm trying to get you to 10K. I'm trying to get you verified. By the way, you know who you are in the chat. I need to be verified, sweetheart. So you gotta hook me up. You gotta pull strings. I'm gonna be verified, folks. I hope so. My homie that said they're gonna help me get verified, you better follow up, please. I beg of you. I gotta flex on people. It's Latin for beware a dog. You know what, Brandon? You're right. It is Latin for beware a dog. But if I'm out in these streets, I don't have time to explain to them the Latin language, okay? I mean, you know, it might as well be like an ancient Sanskrit or hieroglyphics. I mean, you might as well have hieroglyphics as your IG name, bro. You might as well, because no one knows what the hell Cavi Cannon means besides myself. Don't laugh. You know, you sit here laughing. You need to make changes. I'm trying to be a good friend here, okay? You need to make actual changes. Jacksonville, bro. What happened today? Hangman Page, Pac. Oh, yeah. I'm very interested. WWE's washed. I'll watch All Elite. They got a lot of big names. You know, a lot of big names. That's interesting, you know, they're changing it up. It's inspiration, though, because I think if like the way all the guys are coming together to make their own promotion, jiu-jitsu guys, we should come together at least one day, one time, to make a jiu-jitsu promotion, like an event where it's run by the athletes. We pick out big fights, we get sponsors, and everybody gets paid, and we just put on super fights, no ego, no nothing. He's a dog trainer. Okay, so he's a dog trainer with BJJ in his name. You got to make a decision, man. You want to be Mike Vick, or you want to be Muhammad Ali? Also, shout out to Muhammad, the MVP of the league. Shout out to him, Flograppling Black Belt of the Year. I think he deserves it because at the end of the day, he can beat the shit out of all the guys that were nominated. So. Just saying. Yeah. Don't give me that while I'm talking to you, Bad News Kennels. How about jiu-jitsu on a boat like Jericho Cruz? I think they do jiu-jitsu on a boat. That would be lit. Oh, I want someone to invite me to do one of these trips. What I don't know what was it, like fantasy camp where like black belts train you or whatever. I want to go to Cabo San Lucas. I want to go to Jamaica and teach people jiu-jitsu. Why doesn't anyone invite me? I'm a good instructor. I want to be on the beach teaching jiu-jitsu, partying. Invite me. As long as the money's right, I will teach you guys all the jiu-jitsu I know in a tropical island somewhere and party it up. Any other questions before I dip? I will take 2 more. Unless, like, I'll take 3 if they're good. But the next podcast is on the way. We're recording Thursday. Send your questions in. Here's my proposal. They should have a 3 to 4 day cruise where MMA promotion has an event and also a BJJ comp. I'm all for it as long as all the guys get paid a lot of money. Muhammad is the Thanos of BJJ. He made 50% of Leandro Lo's shoulders disappear. He fucked his shit up, man. That snap down is real. That grip fighting is real. We do a lot of grip fighting, but that never happened in practice. He basically just grabbed this man's arm and ripped it out of socket. Buchecha was a part of a BJJ cruise that's on YouTube somewhere. That's lit. When is the Trainwreck video coming out? Here's the deal with the Trainwreck video. We recorded it, and the quality was okay, but it wasn't up to snuff. We had a little other technical issues, and we are reshooting it. I was thinking about putting it on one of these providers. I don't know what they're called. That like people like these guys are signing up or making deals with where they pay them to make an instructional, and I'm gonna do my shit independent, man. I'm long story short, it's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game. You know, you would think that they would want an instructional from a world class guy who's a great instructor. Like, I got clout in this game when it comes to teaching people, but for some reason, some people say they don't have the time in their schedule. Some people say they won't be interested. Some people don't fuck with me and my team just because. So I'm doing the Master P route. You know, like fuck them. Basically, I'm gonna do my shit independent. You know, I'm gonna take all the proceeds. It's gonna be the biggest release ever, and I'm gonna get all the money. So you know, they're fucking lost. Fuck them. They're missing out. It's gonna be huge. So it's gonna be independent. So y'all gonna have to bear with me while I make it the best instructional ever. You know. They got garbage around the way though. As Raekwon would say, 2 for 5s. Niggas got garbage around the way. I'm about to take over the instructional game, so be on the lookout. We got a lot more projects coming up, and the YouTube channel is gonna be popping as well. A site like BJJ Fanatics. Nah, man, all independent. What's the one area of jiu-jitsu you want to improve the most? My guard. I want to get my guard way better. It's good that I have the best guard player ever in Jamil in the room to give me pointers and, you know, beat me up, and in the process I learn. So it's my guard and submissions off my back. One more question. It can be anything though. Anything. Not just jiu-jitsu related. I was about to pass out earlier. I feel energized. All this shit talk. They try to play me, man. They try to play me. I'm looking at some of these people that have like shit on these sites. I'm like, so you're telling me you won't find time, you don't have time for someone that is one of the few Americans to win a black belt world title, is ranked top 10 in the world in pound for pound, and number 2 ranked guy in his division, but you know. And then I'm not gonna get into details, but I mean, I got connections, and people don't fuck with me just because I'm on Team Lord Irvin. And I'll say this once to say it again. My team is like my family, so if you don't fuck with my team, you don't fuck with my teammates, I don't fuck with you. So fuck you. If you don't fuck with my friends, I can't fuck with you. That's my energy. And you know, it made me look like a bad guy a lot of times, but I'm loyal as fuck, man. You make time for what's important to you. Yes. You know, you're right. You do make time for what's important for you, and I refuse to get jerked around in this game. So I'm going to do it independent, and they're going to see, and then they're going to be on my dick asking me for this and that. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say kick rocks. Got to do it on your own. Always do it on your own. Always do it on your own. If I learned anything last year, if you got something that you want to do, you do it on your own. And it's going to take a little bit longer, and it's going to take it way longer for you to hit that lick. But it's worth it in the end. Thoughts on the Astro World album? I listened to it once, and I can't listen to all that again. It's just too much. All right? They need to stop making 20, 30 song albums, all right? Let's not get cute. Oh, I got a record player now, so I'm a super hipster. I got a record player. I got Jimi Hendrix. My bad, lack of sleep. Jimi Hendrix, whole bunch of records. I'm going to be that guy in the record store. Some people would leave the team just to cash out. They would. It's different, though. It's different in a martial art because they bring you up from nothing. It's not a professional team, really. It's apples and oranges. Yeah, I know. I said Johnny Hendrix. I'm kind of sleepy. I gotta switch this late night shit up too. With his big rig albums. Poor Johnny Hendrix. He just likes food too much. All right. I'm taking one more question and I'm out. For real this time. Anything you want me to speak on? Anything that grinds your gears? Any more thoughts about rankings? Who do you think is going to win Fighter of the Year next year, or for this year? Let me know. I got hot takes for days. I see you showing me love, Brandon, but I can't acknowledge you because you refuse to make changes that can help your life and your situation. So you need to change the goddamn Instagram name, please. Please change that Instagram name. Everybody give a thumbs down to Cave Canham, aka Brandon, for having his terrible Instagram name. Everyone make sure you give him a thumbs down. And yeah, thanks for listening, folks. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the BJJ Goons YouTube channel. Be on the lookout for the next episode of the BJJ Goons podcast. If you want to get private lessons from me, you want to have a seminar at your academy, you want to see me in one of your super fights if you're a promotion, or be in one of your big tournaments, hit me up at bookspriggsbjj@gmail.com. That's book. I hope you know how to spell book. Spriggs, SPRIGGSBJJ@gmail.com. And besides that, peace out. And Brandon, change your damn Instagram name. Okay? Peace.